Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Over Under. I'm Rylan Turner, joined as always by Kyle Joseph. Kyle, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was.
Yes.
And we're
Uh,
talking about not the very best today. It should be fun regardless.
we are talking once again about Pokemon, the 1 through 151 OG Pokemon run through of Over Under that we're doing. And we could not do that without the three guests that we had on the last time. Starting at the bottom and working our way up, ladies and gentlemen, the Warden, Matt Ritter. Matt, welcome back to Over Under. And are you excited to get into the next 20 Pokemon?
I was more excited to continue talking about snowballing, especially after Kyle said he wanted to be the very best. But Pokemon is a close second.
Vince Delgado, you are like as Jesus Christ. Sorry, I spoke to one before this. Vince Delgado, you're back to talk about more Pokemon. Are you excited?
Not as excited as I was 5 minutes ago when I was prevented to go use the bathroom before recording. So I'm just hoping this is not a long episode and my bladder holds up. But other than that, I'm excited.
You're fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. And of course, Kyle's lovely girlfriend, Tiffany. Tiffany, are you excited to talk about more Pokemon?
Naturally.
God damn it.
Man, wow.
Oh, shit.
Okay, all right. I like that.
Wow. Kyle, why don't we kick this thing off?
Well, that pun that was just made leads us into our next Pokemon. We got as far as Paris and Parasect last time. This time we're starting with Venonat and Venomoth. Since you did the pun, Tiff, why don't you kick us off?
Fuck, I don't even remember how this goes. It's been so long. I think I was basing this purely off of aesthetics, and Venonat is cute as fuck. I could do without Venomoth. I don't even think it's in the episode we watched.
It's Koga's Pokemon.
Venonat was there? Was a Venomoth there?
Yeah, his Venonat evolved into a Venomoth.
Oh, and what did it do? Fuck all with nothing?
It
Just
fought
like
for a little
Pokemon
bit,
is for me. No.
and then Team Rocket showed up.
Mm-hmm. It's a push. He's not enough to offset how cute Venonat's big little red eyes are.
Matt.
I don't have the same affection for cute Pokemon that Tiffany does. Venonat looks like a furry testicle. Or like, listen, I know has anyone here seen the movie Critters?
No.
I'm not fucking surprised. So anyway, Google Critters. It kind of looks like a purple critter. Venomoth, however, is a fairly decent bug poison type. I've used a Venomoth before. I remember my first playthrough, Koga being a pain in the ass with his Venomoth, so I'll give it a push.
Okay.
Vince.
So my only issue with the Venonat Venomoth line is that I feel like someone in production at Game Freak completely butchered the evolutionary lines, because it really does feel like Venonat evolves into Butterfree and the Caterpie line evolves into Venomoth. So from Caterpie to Metapod to Venomoth, they all look very similar. The eyes are very similar. Like even the body shape is very similar to like a Metapod. And if you look at Venonat, like the little stingers or whatever, and then the little antennae and the eyes, exactly like Butterfree. So I don't think anyone's gonna sit here and be like the Venonat line is overrated, but I don't think it's underrated either, because it's not like it's stellar. Like, there's a reason why it didn't receive a Mega Evolution and Butterfree did. or a Gigantamax for that matter too. I think, but Butterfree got something. I can't remember what. Matt might know. He's played more Pokemon recently than I have, but I'm gonna just push it along, just like the line, just push it along, kick it down the road.
Rylan.
I'll push it. Like Venonat and Venomoth, I'm not like super familiar with them through playing any of the games that I've played, but I will agree that Venonat is cute, but I will also agree that it looks like a testicle. So I'll
Testicles
push.
Do you
and
have an affinity for cute furry testicles?
older, so both are true.
Only when it's that time of the Venomoth.
I'm going to push this also. Venonat's pretty terrible as far as stats go, and level 31 is a long time to wait for it to evolve.
Yeah.
That's a tough one for me. Venomoth has some utility. It's interesting. Koga sort of makes use of it. You can definitely use it for some status stuff, but nothing particularly special. It's a push for me. I'll kick off the next one. The next one is Diglett and Dugtrio. This is an interesting one because I think that location in those Pokemon games can mean a lot. And Diglett and Dugtrio, they're not super special. They're not going to carry you through the whole game, but you can get a Diglett just outside of Lieutenant Surge's gym, and that thing carries you through that gym.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not an easy fight if you don't have a ground type. Diglett's pretty fast. Dugtrio is strong, relatively fast. A complete glass cannon, but still useful. Underrated for me. Rylan, Diglett.
I don't know, man. Like I gotta say, I think I'm gonna push. Again, it's not one that I'm super familiar with, and like I don't even really remember it from the cartoon, if I'm being honest, all that much.
It had an episode.
But
It had like one prevalent episode,
Yeah.
but it was nothing crazy.
but based on that, I think I'm gonna push.
Vince.
I'm gonna go with Kyle here. I think Diglett and Dugtrio are underrated. Granted, there's a lot of ground types in the Gen 1 era. However, as a guy that played through, because my version was always Leaf Green or Fire Red, the Gen 3 remakes of the Gen 1s. And even when I did go back to go and play the original just Pokemon Red, I always go with Squirtle. Then I try to get the Pikachu. And then I get the Pidgeotto. So by the time I get to Lieutenant Surge, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the third gym,
Yes.
I don't have any sort of type advantage for it. So I always go to Diglett's Tunnel to look for a Diglett, and sometimes I get lucky and get a Dugtrio. So I think it's underrated as to how much it helps your playthrough, and you get a very high powered level Pokemon at like the third gym. So I think that's underrated for some people, because some people just, even though it has a whole cave to itself, I don't think that many people are over here thinking, oh, I can't wait to get me a Diglett. I really want that triple Diglett, you know? And then, yeah, so it's one of the few designs where there's like a bunch of trio thing in Gen 1 where it's not horrible. But we start to see a theme soon. So yeah, I'm going to say underrated.
Matt.
I'm going to go back to the Smosh Gaming skit that I'm going to make you guys watch when we're done with this episode.
Yes.
That's floor shit and then 3 floor shits. But I am going to go underrated because of a point that Kyle made. As I said, my daughter is currently playing through. She beat Lieutenant Surge, and Diglett was a big part of her beating Lieutenant Surge. Me having to go to Diglett's cave, get some Diglets, build them up, get Dig, helped her defeat Lieutenant Surge. And for that Pokemon is underrated, helping my 5-year-old daughter beat Lieutenant Surge.
Shout out.
Tiffany.
Okay, you guys in your video games. Underrated because he's really fucking cute and he has really boopable snoots. But also
Really, what?
boopable snoots.
Boop, like boop.
No,
boop.
yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, you don't see it.
Okay.
So, like, I will clarify. I did have to ask Kyle, is this pink thing on his face a nose or his mouth? And Kyle said it's a nose, so boopable. But also, I liked how they fucked with whatever building they were trying to build in
The anime.
the anime.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they did some fucking damage, and they banded together like family, and I liked it.
I was just trying to figure out if that was the Canadian version of snout, and she just said snoot like a boot instead of about. That's why I was like, can you say that again? Or if snoot is just like cute slang for a nose.
I think snoot is cute slang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's that was very Canadian. She's like, it's a boopable snoot. And I'm like, what's that a boot? What's that a boot?
Was that a boot? Also, I almost forgot to mention because Tiffany did talk about it on the episode. You have a catchy ass song, Diggity, Diggity, Trio, Cheerio, Chill. The entire
You're never
time.
going to go to the bathroom.
I'll just try not to take a Diglett while I'm here.
Moving along.
Know it? Knowing you, it's going to be a Doug Trio.
Probably.
God, you never wanted to be a Doug Trio. Tiffany.
I love kitties.
Meowth in Persian.
I also love titties.
So
It's not what she said.
Oh,
both are true.
That's
that
also-
Canadian accent gets me every time.
Both are true. I love this iteration of Meowth. And again, this is something that's gonna. I talked about this in the first episode, how like I don't fucking understand why Nidoran and Nidorino and Nidoking are separate from the other three. But you have 3 fucking iterations of Meowth. 4.
I don't remember. I think it's 3.
Alolan, Galarian,
And then this one.
and then this one. And then you have, like, one of them doesn't even fucking evolve into a fucking Persian. It evolves into a fucking Berserker.
Yes.
Those are ugly as shit. They don't even look like they're fucking related. That's not what this episode is about.
No.
I just need to complain about that. I also...
They're just regional variants. That's all they are.
They're not even fucking related.
Alolan Meowth is eyeing you across the bar, and it's weird.
No. Alolan Meowth. He got game. Alolan Meowth. Alolan Meowth can pull me if he wanted to.
Alolan Persian is the Alolan Meowth after, like, 5 years of marriage.
Oh, Jesus.
I will never, and I don't think we've gotten to this explanation in the anime yet, why Meowth is the only one that doesn't fucking say his goddamn
We
name.
haven't gotten there yet. It does get explained.
It kills me. I hate it. But I love this fucking Pokemon. I think in Pokemon Go, doesn't Giovanni have a fucking Persian or
Yeah.
something?
Persian is kind of seen as Giovanni's, like, pet Pokemon.
Yeah. So like I feel like it is a strong Pokemon. I don't know. I don't think it's underrated at all. Well, do I? Do I think it's
I
underrated?
think you might.
I think I might feel it's underrated. I was gonna say I don't think it's overrated. Words are hard, but I like it.
I'll go next. Meowth and Persian. I'll go underrated as well. And this is largely due to Gen 1's janky, terrible mechanics, where crit rate was calculated based on speed. And because Slash had an elevated crit rate and Persian is pretty fast, it was basically an automatic critical hit every time, which is really useful, even if the Gen 1 mechanics are terrible and bad. Underrated. Solid Pokemon. Also, really good design for both of them. Can't complain. Rylan, where are you going with Meowth and Persian?
Underrated completely. Agree with both of all of your points. Persian was the Pokemon that I wanted the most when I played these games. It didn't matter if it was Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Red, Blue, what have you. I was looking for a Persian. I don't know why. It was just the one that what? Why are you looking at me like that, Matt?
Well,
You sat up.
You can't answer my question because you literally just said I don't know why, and that was the look. Was why the fuck were you looking for a Persian in all of these games? So
Because we
you
love
can't answer
kitties.
my question.
Yeah, I mean, like, I am an animal person. I have a dog now, but like he's only half a dog.
What?
He's 3/4. Thank you very much.
Is he like
Well,
a cat dog?
You need
Like-
to listen to the world's funniest podcast, Vince.
he's paralyzed, Vince. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
No wonder you and Just thought he was a cat that time I fell asleep. Anyway, he's well taken care of. I'm underrated on both of them. Meowth, a super lovable character in the original anime too. Like, I don't think for me anyway, I thought Meowth was always a super lovable character. Maybe Vince and Matt will disagree. Let's find out.
We'll go Matt next.
I feel different than Tiffany. I personally prefer Galarian, Meowth, and Berserker because they look badass. And I like the steel typing. However, I do wish that Berserker was a Persian and not just Meowth and more armor. Every time I see Persian in the anime, I think of Dr. Claw and his cat from Inspector Gadget, which I feel like it was an homage to. And I also feel like Meowth still gets a lot of love just because of the talking Meowth from the anime. So I'm not going to say it's underrated. I'm just going to give it a push.
Vince.
I'm gonna say it's tough because it's definitely not overrated, but I think he's becoming less underrated recently. I'll say this: he's the only he can talk and stuff like that, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Team Rocket's Meowth. I always liked the other Meowths that would be in the anime that would just walk on all fours. They were like, what is it? Is it quadrupeds? Is that the
Yes.
term that I'm looking for? Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I had it. I lost the word for a second there. But I like the Meowths that are quadrupeds and they actually do meow like a cat. I think I like those a little bit better, which is why I think Persian is fantastic. I'm gonna go underrated. I feel like people still don't appreciate Meowth. And normal typing isn't the best typing or like the most like sought after, but I do think it's one of the best designed Pokemons as well. And I do like to use a Meowth / a Persian in my Fire Red and Leaf Green playthroughs from time to time. So I'm gonna go underrated.
All right. Matt, we'll start with you. Psyduck and Golduck.
Golduck is awesome. Psyduck, mostly because of the anime, fuck that Pokemon. As someone who has a wife who gets migraines, it can be mildly annoying. Running around with a Pokemon who constantly gets fucking migraines would frustrate the fuck out of me. Like, it's almost useless at that point in any situation. And it's always confused. It doesn't know where it's going. It's like spending time with Rylan every day. I got that joke from Zuck, so because Zuck loves Rylan. However, when it comes to water type Pokemon, I don't think Golduck gets enough love, so I'm going to give it underrated for Golduck. If this was anything else, I'd be like probably overrated because I saw the look on Tiffany's face when I shit on Psyduck. She did not look happy. Probably because he's cute.
I was going to go Tiffany next, but I feel like I have to get Rylan's take now. Rylan.
Psyduck is the Ralph Wiggum of Pokemon.
He's got the
but
haircut too.
He does. He really does. It just like there's nothing going on there. Golduck. I agree with Matt. Golduck. That thing slaps. That's a powerful duck. That's a mighty duck, if you will.
I will not.
Went there.
I will simply not.
Yeah, I think I would agree with Matt's assessment. Overrated on the on Wiggum, and I would say a push on the Golduck because I think people know what's up with Golduck.
So for the line overall, push.
I think push.
Go, Tiffany.
Underrated. Everything that Matt described as Psyduck as being, I feel incredibly akin to. I think Kyle can attest how much of a pain it is bringing me everywhere. In the anime, the number of times like Psyduck is like a bumbling fool who gets in the way. Also me. But let's be honest, these two have no fucking business being related. Like, one did not lead into the other. These are two completely different things. Psyduck is the overweight Farfetch'd. I love Psyduck. I know dick all about Golduck, except that he looks like that.
Underrated?
Yeah.
Okay. Vince.
I don't know where the Psyduck like conversation got to here. Like, I don't understand the discourse. Yes, he's a bumbling fool from time to time. He suffers from chronic headaches, or at least Misty's Psyduck does.
Yes.
But do we forget how powerful he is when he actually locks in? Both of these Pokemon can use psychic attacks, and they're not even psychic types. I think that's the only flaws in both of these Pokemon, not only in the design, but in the concept itself. I think if they both should have been like water psychic, and I get why they didn't do it, because maybe in the creative process they came up with Staryu and Starmie first, and they're like, well, we can't make two psychic
and Slowbro and Slowking. Or
yes.
Slow
Yes. Slowpoke and Slowbro, Slowking. So I get why that didn't happen. However, this is a peak design in Psyduck. It's iconic as fuck. And in recent years, I've gotten a little bit more appreciation for the Psyduck design and line, just because my sister absolutely loves Psyduck. She has like a whole Pokemon card binder full of Psyducks, of different type of Psyducks. She's got like giant Psyduck plushies, Funko Pops, everything Psyduck she has. So now when I see Psyduck, I think of my younger sister Vettel. So I can't like stay overrated. And then
Tiffany's
Golduck
trying really hard to stave off crying right now.
I just want to send her all the Psyduck things I find now.
But also Golduck is so cool. He's like suave Psyduck. So like Psyduck is the ugly duckling awkward stage, and then Golduck is once he gets his confidence, he's able to hit on girls at the bars. So he's probably going to the pond, hitting up all the female Golducks, and was just like giving them that wink that he gave Misty, and Misty just like fucking melted at his presence. So if we go based off of anime alone, yeah, no, Golduck got
Hey, we
game
haven't
2.
gotten to the Golduck episode.
Oh, wait till you get to the Golduck episode. Great,
It's
I love it.
experience.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna say underrated both of these Pokemon, especially after the discourse Rylan and Matt are having.
So, Vince, are you saying that Psyduck is WCW Chavo Guerrero and Golduck is Eddie?
Poor Chavo.
I would say Psyduck is Dominic Mysterio as a babyface, and Golduck is him joining the Judgment Day.
I could get on board with that. I don't know where to go. I've never run Psyduck. I definitely want to. Golduck, if I'm not mistaken, has Cloud9 as an ability, which I'm pretty sure negates weather, which is a very useful ability in later games. So I definitely want to try it. I don't dislike Psyduck. I'll give it a push. But I definitely need to try running this. Next one I have run, Mankey and Primeape. I have a hard time with this one. I will start. I'll go push. I'm not a huge fan of Primeape. Mankey's useful in the early games, especially Yellow, where you can get it super early, and it's extremely necessary because fighting Brock with just a Pikachu and like a Butterfree is choosing sadness for no reason.
Especially if you chose Charmander as the starter.
Yeah. But going forward, Primeape kind of falls off. There's other fighting Pokemon I like more. It's a tough one. I'll give it a push. Vince.
I'll also give it a push. I like Mankey. The design's pretty cool. I like Primeape too. It's just like teenage years Primeape. And I know we're just talking Gen 1, but Annihilate is like one of the coolest Pokemon ever made. A ghost fighting
Great
is
design.
crazy. Yeah, fantastic design. I think it's fine. A little like fighting, like rageful, like monkey pig thing. Yeah, I fuck with that. Give me monkey pig any day of the week. Push it through.
Matt.
I'm going underrated. I love the little monkey pig, and I'm going underrated mostly because I feel like Prince Goro, Hitmonchan, and Hitmonlee get all the love for the fighting types.
They do.
And they rectified that, as Vince said, with Annihilate, where they're like, hey, listen, all right, we're going to give them a new typing, a third evolution, and we're going to make it badass. It is one of the most useful Pokemon in Legends ZA for doing any of your hunting or any of your hyperspace shit because of the combination of moves you can use where it'll almost just destroy these Gigantamax Pokemon in the hyperspace shit. So, yeah, no, I think Primeape is 100% underrated.
Tiffany.
I hate it. I hate monkeys. I don't particularly.
That's why it's
like
underrated.
so overrated.
Tiffany's saying I hate monkeys reminded me of Frieza from Dragon Ball Z.
Mhm, yeah.
I don't know what's up with the fucking bondage gear that it's wearing.
It's kink shaming.
What
He
the
has a
fuck?
boopable snoot.
Nope. This is not the right kind of boopable snoot. This is the kind where you boop it and your finger gets stuck in it.
It's a big snoot.
I don't like pigs. Like,
Even baby ones? Even
I
baby.
was gonna say,
Don't
what
like.
about Babe the pig?
no, he was kind of ugly, but not like the cute kind of ugly. I don't know.
Wow.
Their hair is too wiry. It doesn't feel nice to touch. Like,
How would you know?
I've been to a petting zoo. Those exist in Canada.
I'd argue they're more monkey than pig. The only thing that makes them a pig is the snout.
I
It's
thought
like-
you were saying that a Mankey's fur was wire. I'm like, when the fuck did you touch
Oh.
a Mankey?
No, I'm talking about like baby pigs. But like monkeys, least favorite part of the zoo. Actively avoid that section whenever I go there. I'm just not here for it. We'll get into this after, but like I'm pretty sure the Machop line is all fighting.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
All right. Rylan?
I'm gonna push it for all the reasons you pushed it, or I know you said overrated, didn't you? Or you have
Tiffany said overrated. I pushed.
Okay, I'm pushing it. It's not my favorite type, like Hitmonlee, like Hitmonchop, like those are the fighting Pokemon I dig. Mankey, Primate, they're a push. They're a push.
All right. Growlithe and Arcanine. Rylan, I'll start with you.
These ones I will say underrated because I feel like these ones never got enough love. I enjoy a fire Pokemon to begin with, but one that also kind of looks like a fox / dog. I'm here for it. Yeah, those are the reasons. Like I don't have any science or any like super great Pokemon reasons like the rest of us, but I like the look, and I like a dog fox. I like a fox fire dog.
Where do you
Can
see
you
a
tell me where you
fox?
get a fox?
Yeah, I figured this was coming.
That's what I see, man.
I assume he
What do you
means
get?
color.
No,
Although
I mean an Arcane, Arcanine looks like a fox.
It's a fucking tiger dog, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking tiger dog.
So they are cat dogs then.
Are you looking at the picture? Are you thinking Vulpix and not looking at the picture? Are you really stoned and seeing Vulpix?
I'm stoned, but I can see it. It looks like a fox. to me.
Okay.
Is it just the
'Cause
ears? Is that what you're basing?
Canadian
it off
fox. It's a Canadian fox.
What, I don't know what you're talking
You're a
about.
Canadian fox.
Oh god. Okay, underrated. Tiffany.
of? I want one.
I know you do,
He's so cute.
but you'd never evolve it.
No, I wouldn't. Just the grown-up one
That's
looks like he needs to go to the groomer. Like not so much in that picture, but in the one on the Pokemon website, like he needs a groomer badly. I like fire Pokemon. I'm cool with that. I like tigers. I like dogs. There are no foxes here. I'm gonna say underrated.
Okay. Matt.
Yeah, no, lions, tigers, and apparently foxes. Oh my. No, a dog with tiger stripes and a lion's mane. I was under the impression for a very long time, and I don't know why or how this was perpetuated, that Arcanine was a pseudo legendary.
So this is a Pokedex entry thing. It's Pokedex entry calls it a legendary Pokemon.
Okay.
So it'd be Arcanine, the legendary Pokemon. But
Yeah, they fucked
it's
that up.
not actually legendary. Although
Yeah.
its stats are crazy.
Also,
It's kinda
too,
categorized.
Yes.
if you look in the anime, in like one of the animes where they're like looking at like a picture or like an art of like 4 legendary Pokemon, it's the legendary birds and Arcanine on there.
Mhm.
So like I think originally they might have had those intentions, and then they just decided, nah, it's gonna be a regular fire type that you can catch after the Misty Gym.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. And then they made him even cooler in Hisui with changing just the color of his mane and making him look more like a fire type. So, yeah, no. I'll go
And
underrated.
Pompadour.
Plus, I like Pokemon that, will actually let you use a stone on them to evolve them, unlike stuck up fucking Pikachu.
Pikachu's still getting hate on the next episode. I love it.
I don't want to evolve.
Overrated, underrated push?
I said underrated.
Okay. Fitz.
Here's the thing. I love Growlithe and Arcanine. It's usually my fire type of choice whenever I go through and play Gen 1 or just Kanto in general. Because it's usually Gen 3 that I'm playing, but I'm playing in Kanto. But that's just because it's the best option if you don't go Charizard. So I'll say this. And I'm going to say this cautiously, and I'm not happy about this. I'm going to say the Growlithe Arcanine line is a little overrated. Not because I hate it, just because it's nothing too special. Moveset wise, it's a fine Pokemon, but it's just kind of like a C plus on your report card. Like it's good. Maybe it's a B at best, but it's not an A level fire type. If I had my choice, like I yeah, I don't know. And then the Hisuian forms, like the Arcanine Hisuian form is cool. The Growlithe Hisuian form, I don't really care for. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just me personally. As much as I've used them and as much as I actually do like them in general, I just think they're solid at best. You know? So, yeah, but I'm gonna say overrated officially.
I'll go underrated. I just think they're extremely strong, good Pokemon. I did some battling when I was working at a place about 10 years ago. And this was like, we were paddling Sun and Moon. And the person I was facing had an Arcanine who just destroyed me. Because this thing has some crazy high stats. And getting priority stuff like extreme speed, really useful. And it looks great. It's a great design. Underrated. I'll start with the next one. The Poliwag line. This is an interesting one. For most of Gen 2, I think the additions that Gen 2 made, largely speaking, stuck the landing. And if anything else, enhanced a lot of the Pokemon. Politoed's a terrible, dumb Pokemon. I like the Poliwag line. Kind of forgettable in the amount of water types that are available in Gen 1. Not the most forgettable, we'll get there, but solid push. Has some useful abilities. The fighting type is not a bad one to add. So, has versatility, but kind of just whatever. Push. Let's go, Vince.
One of my favorite Pokemon of all time is actually Poliwhirl / Poliwrath. It's one of my favorite water types for sure. For the longest time, it was my favorite water type, but it would always go back and forth between the Blastoise line and this one. It is my first shiny I've ever caught, so maybe that's also the sentimental value to it. Because when I was playing my first like journey into Pokemon in the video games is with Pokemon Crystal in Gen 2. So when I forget the name of the town, but I was in that town where you have the ghost gym leader, Morty, and they have like this little Ecruteak. Thank you so much. I appreciate you knowing your Gen 2 geography.
Pokemon trivia, especially Gen 2. I'll nail that down.
Can we do a Pokemon Wrestle Wisdom?
Oh, I would love doing that.
Yes, I love it. Anyways, as I was saying, I was looking for a water type for my team because I was always using Cyndaquil, and I didn't want to use Vaporeon because I was going to use Umbreon. So my best option, unless I went with the red shiny Gyarados from the Lake of Rage, was to go into the little lake or pond in Ecruteak City. And I'm a weirdo. I'm like, if you give girl vibes, I want to catch a female version of you. If you give male vibes, I want to catch a male version of you. And because I wanted a Poliwrath, and Poliwrath gives male vibes for me, I want to catch a male one. So I kept going and kept going. And in that little pond, if you ever shiny hunt, you know you have to keep getting the same type of Pokemon over and over and over and over again. Eventually, I finally found a Poliwag that was male and high enough level that I could use in my team. I was not looking when it did the little shiny sparkle in the front. And if you look up shiny Poliwag and Poliwhirl, they're just like a lighter blue, like pigmentation of their current blue. So I went through my whole playthrough until I got to the very end of the game, and I needed a fighting type. So I used the Water Stone on my Poliwhirl, and I was surprised to see it turn green like a Politoed when it became Poliwrath. So the entire time, my first ever shiny ever was on my team, and I had no idea I even caught a shiny before. So for that, I'm gonna say he's underrated because he's a great water type. I love him, and I could get lost looking at his belly.
You should have
Matt.
kept that whole gender thing to yourself, Vince.
Why?
Because what if you catch a female Poliwhirl, but she decides that she wants to be a male Poliwhirl? Are you just gonna be like, hey, no, fuck you, right? Because she was assigned a gender at birth? Maybe she feels like a male Poliwhirl. It's really fucked up that you pick your Pokemon based on how they were assigned at birth and not having, journeyed with them and see what they want to be, giving them the chance.
Well,
Vince.
here's the thing. There's no in-game mechanic where they want to identify as the opposite gender. So until that's an in-game, yes, there is. There's not an in-game mechanic ever that's done that. So going based off of that, I'm gonna go ahead and say that they themselves in the game identify as whatever the fuck the game tells me they are. If you want to be the
very best, you need to travel and form an emotional connection with your Pokemon, Vince, and then know from that emotional connection how that Pokemon feels. Is what I'm saying.
I had
you don't
that
need
emotional
an in-game
connection.
You don't need an
the
in-game
minute I didn't
mechanic
look
to
until
tell
I
you.
was a shiny.
Oh my goodness.
So political.
This is amazing.
Listen,
I'm gonna push.
Wait, hold on. I will say this.
Wait, why is
it was shiny. So at that point, I don't give a fuck about the gender. You're shiny. You're coming with me. You
but
sparkle
you didn't know
when
that.
I didn't know that. That's true. That's true, Tiffany. But I would have known when I seen it. I would have known.
Right.
Water
All
fighting.
right.
Water fighting is a great typing. Again, a Pokemon that evolves with Water Stone. I like Pokemon that you can use stones to evolve because you can evolve them at earlier levels. You don't have to wait to get to a certain point. Once you acquire a Water Stone and you get a Poliwhirl, you can evolve it right up to Poliwrath. You get that water fighting type. But I also think, again, in Gen 1, that was one of the more popular Pokemon, so I'm going to give it a push.
It's fair. Rylan.
So I can't believe I'm going to be the first one to point this out. Firstly, I will give the line a push. I think enough people know and like this line that I'm not going to argue with it. But I can't believe I'm going to be the first one to point out that Poliwhirl and Poliwrath is not an evolution. Poliwrath is just Poliwhirl mad. How are we not seeing this?
No.
He got swole. He got buff.
Yeah.
All
Poliwhirl,
clearly teenager.
Clearly
and then
teenager. Poliwrath is
Poliwrath's
yoked.
been going to the gym.
Poliwrath is a gym bro. Like he's over there. like
I'm just
flexing on
telling you
everybody.
from this picture, it just barely looks like he's maybe a little bit wider, but
Hit
otherwise,
the eyes too.
Here's the thing.
that's what I'm saying. He's angry. He's angry. That's the only difference.
No.
He's
Because
angry that you're disrespecting him.
If, you're, if you get a girl polywhirl and you put a purse on her shoulder, that purse is sliding off because she has no shoulders to carry that. But you put a purse on Poliwrath's shoulders, that ain't going anywhere.
Listen, if I need a
Nope.
if I need a shoulder to lean on, I'm picking Poliwrath and not Poliwhirls.
Don't put a purse on Poliwag. Poor Poliwag.
Wasn't there a World's Strongest Pokemon episode where they had all the fighting types like training and lifting shit and doing a bunch of crazy shit?
Yeah,
Is that
Yeah.
a thing?
the guy that
Okay.
abandoned his family.
Yeah.
That was the Hitmon episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't that Brock's dad? Didn't Brock's dad abandon their family?
Yeah, there's a lot of family abandonment.
Ash's dad is not around. We don't even know who the fuck.
Yeah.
It could be Mr. Mime for all we know.
Charmander's over abandoning him.
There's a lot of parental figures dipping out.
In Pokemon.
Yeah.
Art imitates life.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Before we get to the well of sadness. Oh, speaking of Tiffany, it's your turn. Talk about the Pokemon.
I'll give it a push. Look at Poliwag's little eyes and how big they are, and he's just cute. And I don't know. I don't have an issue with the other ones. They're fine. They're blue. They're swirly.
Tiffany, I'll let you go first on the next one.
What is it?
Abra,
Oh!
Kadabra, and Alakazam.
Okay, so I like these guys. I don't know how I feel about the line, if it's going to be a push or an underrated. I don't like that you need to trade a Kadabra to get him to evolve to Alakazam. I kind of hate that, especially in Pokemon Go, where I could have a 3-star, and if I trade him with someone, I could get, and they trade me a 3-star, it could end up being like a 2 or a 1. I don't dig that. Abra's like one of the cutest fucking Pokemon ever. I would argue that he looks slightly fox-like.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know what foxes are. Also, I should note that in Kyle's, what Pokemon are you playing?
Leaf Green.
Okay, so in that one, he has an Alakazam, and he has named it 2 Scoops because of the spoons. I like this one though. What did I say? I didn't say anything.
No, you haven't said anything yet.
Look at him underrated. Just I really fucking like it.
Rylan.
I love the names, love the designs. Not a lot of experience with them, but honestly, I don't hear a lot of love for these guys. So I'm going to say underrated.
Let's go, Vince.
I'm gonna push. I don't think Abracadabra or Alakazam are underrated. I don't think they're overrated either. I think they're perfectly rated. I feel like, especially like when you have to face Sabrina, not only in the anime but in the game, they're a very good Pokemon. And the only issue I have with this evolutionary line is how much of a bitch it is to catch an Abra in the wild if you don't throw a Pokeball and get on the first try. Because that fucker will teleport and run away. Especially when you need a psychic type. God damn it. That's my only gripe with this. But I like the design. It's perfectly... It's honestly, I like it. It's a good, solid progression from one evolution to the next, and that's not even taking into account its mega evolution, which I think is very cool as well. Kind of looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, so just for the simple fact that they remind me of Yu-Gi-Oh, they get a push.
Matt.
Fuck this Pokemon. For multiple reasons. Number one, I hate the trade mechanic. Pokemon has been forcing me to be social and make friends since its inception, and it's rude and fucked up. I wanted to get a Game Boy. I wanted to play the game. I wanted to evolve the Pokemon. I didn't want to have to go find somebody and a fucking cable and connect 2 Game Boys to trade it to get this fucking Pokemon. It was hard as shit to do that back in the day.
Do you want to explain what a link cable is?
Okay, a link cable is basically like an HDMI cable, but instead of hooking it to your TV, you hook it between 2 Game Boys. You plug the link cable in to 2 Game Boys, and then it allows you to trade Pokemon back and forth, which means you have to be physically sitting next to someone. I was someone who went out and bought both versions of the game to get all of the Pokemon, and would then also need an extra DS or a Game Boy Advanced or whatever to do said trade to get the shit that I needed. Until Legends Arceus came around and they gave you a link cable that let you just evolve shit, which was fucking awesome. And we need more of those for antisocial Pokemon players who don't want to make friends. Even Pokemon Go was like, go out, make friends, do things. Like, fuck you. All right? I don't want to be out in public talking to fucking people. So that pisses me off. The teleport feature with Abra is annoying as shit. You hit him once, he's gone. You throw a ball at him, you have like a 10% chance of catching him. If not, he's teleported and gone. Chasing that bitch around for no reason. Also, Kadabra looks like Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China, and Kadabra looks like Shang Tsung. With the spoons. Neo. The fucking spoons. Why did we just give him another spoon?
You can eat more cereal.
all of that being said, Alakazam is a fucking glass cannon, and he will fuck some shit up if you use him properly. So I'll give him a push, even though I fucking hate this evolutionary line and I hate the trade mechanic. That's not necessarily his fault.
Yeah. There's other trade Pokemon I hate more than this. Alakazam's just too legendary for me to not give a push. Like, Pokemon Yellow in particular, you beat Erica, you're thinking you're pretty big. You go into Sabrina's gym, level 50 Alakazam ruins you. Ruins your day. And that's how it should be. Psychic type is not as strong as it was as it is in Gen 1, because nothing should ever be that unbalanced ever again.
Well, Gen
But
1,
types?
they didn't
types?
split the. No, they're not too overpowered. But in Gen 1, they didn't split the physical and like special attack, so it was just attack.
Not even that. They didn't have special attack and special defense split, so you couldn't even do damage to this thing.
Yeah, you couldn't do damage. It was a fucking cannon to try to run through, and there was no weakness to psychic until the following generation with Darkseid.
Yeah, and then Ghost, they didn't even give Ghost Pokemon good moves until Gen 2. Push. I'll go with the next one, and this is where we get into the trade mechanics are dumb, and Machamp is good, but it's not Alakazam. Overrated. That's the thing. You can run a Kadabra through, especially the early games, and you can still make that thing work. Machoke just ain't it. And having to go and find friends to get a decent fighting Pokemon, pass. Overrated. Matt.
I watched an AI video of a Machamp killing Goro. And that was fucking awesome. They have the same number of arms. They have the same build. It was a really fun video. And it's just, I mean, he's a cool looking Pokemon all the way through. Again, trade mechanic is fucking dumb. We also do get later on a Gigantamax form for Machamp. So I'll give him a push.
Vince.
Yeah, I almost went a little bit overrated, but honestly, I don't see too many people be like, oh, Machoke, Machamp, Machop are my favorite. They're fine, They're like those humanoid Pokemon, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Which is ironic because I love Digimon, and Digimon have a lot of humanoid Digimon looking thing. But I'll say this: it has a championship belt. I like wrestling; it looks like a wrestler, and I never made the Goro comparison before, but now that's all I see when I see Machamp, and I like
You're welcome.
Goro. Thank you.
Name all your
So-
Machamps Goro.
my next Machamp is definitely going to be a Goro, but unless it's a female, which in that case I might call it Shiva, depending on what it wants to be when it grows up. I'll let it decide. I'll let it decide.
Thank you, Vince.
I think
Thank you.
I think my female Machamp I called Rhea Ripley.
Nice. If I had a shiny Machamp, because it has a little green to it, I call it Jade. Yeah. But I'm a push. It's fine. It's serviceable. It gets the job done. It's a champion. It's a Machamp.
Rylan?
This is I mean, like, let's be honest. I don't know much of anything out of the first generation of Pokemon, so this is probably my favorite fighting type. I'll say underrated for the fact that we've got title belts.
Okay. Fair.
I'm scared to even go here because we talked about this beforehand. Tiffany, please tell the people.
Where do I start?
I don't know.
So I get a lot of shit that comes up in my feeds. A lot of it like really cursed fucking Pokemon shit. Like
Is this a
AI
pilf
nonsense.
for you,
AI stuff.
Tiffany?
Is this a what?
A pilf?
Pokemon I'd like to fuck? Here's the thing, I'm not gonna say no to that. He has 4 fucking arms. Do you know what kind of damage I can do?
The foreplay
Yes.
would be incredible.
And I was talking, Kyle and I were talking about this earlier, and I was like, I don't know why, like, how did I phrase this? Something to do with
your
the circle
phrasing.
jerk.
Yeah, your phrasing was that Machamp could be the center of a circle jerk by himself. That is what you told me. Which
Oh
is
my
a cursed
God.
sentence.
But it's not wrong. Like,
You are technically correct.
he can do all the work for you. Why wouldn't you want that? I'm just saying.
I mean,
like,
technically, if he wanted to, he could pleasure all 4 of us right here. If he
literally
wanted
That
my comment.
she actually
literally
did
the
say
comment
that.
that I made.
to. Kyle, Rylan, me, and Matt
Yes.
could all be in a circle with Machamp, and we'd be Machamps for it.
Now, I will say there should be a female version of Machamp. Aesthetically,
There is a female
Because-
version of Machamp. It's,
no, aesthetically, like give it fucking Rhea Ripley-esque bra or something, because now you've just got this female Machamp running around in just underwear, no bra, nothing covering up the titties or anything like that, and that just seems uncouth.
free the nipple.
All right.
Free the nipple.
You really haven't been to strip clubs in Canada, have you?
That's all they are.
I've never been to Canada,
Well,
but we also
you
have
should
strip clubs
come.
like that down here.
No.
But none of the strippers have 4 arms, and if they did, I'd be even more poor.
Well, you're missing out, aren't you?
You have 4-armed strippers in Canada?
I don't believe that's a thing.
How else are we gonna get him here? Tell him yes if he will come.
Multiple times, at least.
I
4.
like that Rylan hasn't been here for this entire conversation.
Underrated?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No one ever talks about Machamp in the Pokeporn.
They do. They super do.
Not from what I've seen. It's all about Lopunny. So, and
Well, I'll say this: Jizzy
Gardevoir.
gave Machamp Machoke a lot of love in our Pokemon You'd Fuck episode that we did forever ago.
Mm.
I might have to re-upload that for Wallet Media.
Tiffany vetoed Pokemon porn when I brought the subject up in the chat, so I don't know why she's bringing it up now when I was trying to review.
I don't think I was vetoing it. I think I was trying to understand, and I was uncertain as to where my invite was.
Listen,
Good lord.
if there was ever a Pokemon known as Strokomon, it's Machamp.
Oh my lord. Okay. We're gonna.
Rylan heard
Yeah,
everything.
See-
you know what's coming next.
Here's the problem. Our heads are already in the gutter, and now I know what I have to do. All right, Tiffany. The
Holy
Bellsprout
fuck.
line.
So I looked at Weepin' Bell, and my first thing was, what that mouth do?
Jesus wept.
Take a foreskin clean off your head, man. Take a
No,
foreskin
that's
clean off your
Victory
head.
Bell. That's Victory Bell. That's the one with the teeth. Um,
I'm not convinced.
and Bellsprout just looks like one of those fucking roses. So,
I want to point you to the poison second typing as well.
and
Be mindful of what you put where.
I can use it on other people.
Oh my god.
How else am I getting?
How else you getting what now?
Sleeping with your enemy, isn't that a thing?
Push? Underrated?
Underrated.
Fantastic.
I also haven't seen any episodes with this, so I don't have a lot to go off of.
Matt.
I prefer the Oddish line. Weeping Bell's almost a pair, but not quite a pair. Which is a weird transition from the flower to the pear to whatever the fuck Victory Bell is. Victory Bell is a great name. It is. But I have always preferred Oddish, Gloom, and Vileplume. So push.
Matt? Or sorry, Vince. My bad.
Whipping Bell looks like a fleshlight. I don't know if that works in its favor or against it.
It's almost a pair,
Holy
Vince.
cow.
It's almost a
Holy
pair of
cow.
fleshlights, yes. I like Victory Bell just for the simple fact that that like James's Victory Bell was always funny to me. Like I always liked it. I'm gonna give it a push. I don't think it's overrated. I don't think it's underrated. I think it's just right there.
Victory Bell's the one that always had James in its mouth, right? Like every
Yeah,
time it came out,
that's
it was the
correct.
ball immediately.
Yeah.
Just James in the mouth.
So I guess that answers the question of what that mouth do. It eats up James.
It swallows James Hall.
It's something.
I don't like its mega evolution, but other than that, it's a push.
I feel like there's
This
some
is
innuendo
a-
there
this is a-
because. Sorry, what was that, Rylan?
I was gonna say this is a horny Pokemon episode. Holy fuck.
I don't know if you're surprised based on who you invited.
That's fair. It's fair.
You did hand out the invites,
I did. I did.
and you knew what you were getting when you invited me, and you should have known
Ryan?
what you were getting when you invited Tiffany.
Like, look.
Oh!
And I just keep
This
this train
one-
going.
Rylan, talk to me about these Pokemon. Horny or not, whatever you're feeling.
I mean, like, look.
I don't know,
Weeping
I'm
Bell
saying no.
would be Weeping Bell would be
Holy
weeping, but like Victory Bell,
Holy
that's
Bell.
too much. That's too much. Bellsprout, I'd feel bad for Bellsprout. You know what I mean? That I'd be like, you weren't ready for that.
Calm down,
But no,
Canadian Epstein.
relax, relax.
That's
Relax.
a
There,
child.
Rylan.
Bellsprout is a child.
God.
Oh
It
my
hasn't
God. All right.
Fully discovered
No,
its
you know what?
sexuality just yet.
We're not putting this on me on goddamn the Walt Media YouTube channel. We're not doing this. I'm gonna push him. I'm gonna push him. Push him real good. Dun, 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 dun,
Jesus Christ.
dun, dun.
We're gonna go. Oh, God, it just occurred to me that Bellsprout's entry number is 69 too. I'm just leaving it alone.
I like how you point it out, but
underrated.
then say I'm gonna leave it alone. Like it's like here's the live grenade. I'm gonna leave now.
Underrated. This was my first like proper shiny. I technically my first one was Red Gyarados because that's the one you're guaranteed to get in Gen 2. But the first one that I got outside of that was this one in Fire Red. So, and I do like the line Victory Bell. The Venus Flytrap thing is not a bad design. I'm not going to comment about the other two. But yeah, underrated. Oh, God. It's just a string of them in a row based on Tiffany's comments. So, Tiffany, we'll start with you. Tentacool and Centicruel.
I don't really know what you want me to say.
I-
First, I do like the episode. I don't understand why these aren't psychic Pokemon based on the episode.
Yeah.
There's too many water psychic Pokemon, just like we said with
And
Psyduck.
maybe you should just make them all like that. Like, who fucking who? I have options. That doesn't sound like a terrible thing. Also, another great Pokemon for Pokemon porn because tentacle porn is great. But, you know.
Over or under?
Underrated.
Okay. I'll go next. Purely from a Pokemon standpoint, Tentacruel is pretty useful. Decently strong defensive. The water poison typing is kind of interesting, leads to some interesting combinations of things. Being able to do toxic to things is always useful. I'll give it it's a solid push.
Interesting combination of things, right?
Jesus. Rylan, Tentacool and Tentacruel.
It's a lazy Pokemon design. Lazy Pokemon design. These are just octopuses slightly different. Like this is
Wait, what?
They're what?
Stop. Rylan, Tentacool is a jellyfish. Like, kind of prototypically a jellyfish.
Well, you know what? It's got tentacles. And I've had weed.
What's your excuse
Listen.
for the other episodes?
Listen, I
He's
told
had
you I
weed.
shouldn't.
That's his same excuse every episode. It's I've had weed.
Listen, no, I told you I had no business being here. And you said, come for the vibes. The vibe is this looks like an octopus. It's lazy. I'm saying overrated for both.
I don't think you know what an octopus looks like the same way I don't think you know what a fox looks like.
That's what we are learning today. Is Rylan failed animal studies in grade school?
Rylan, I love animals, but don't know what they look like.
Apparently, Rylan, there are petting zoos in Canada you can go to and learn about these animals.
What
Don't
fucking
pet
petting
the
zoo do you go
jellyfish.
to?
Don't pet the jellyfish.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where are you going? Where you're petting jellyfish? Come on.
It's called a fucking aquarium, Rylan.
Well, I've never
We don't
been
have
to
those.
one, Tiffany.
Because the fact that does Tentacool learn Poison Sting?
Yes.
Okay. Then it's a fine Pokemon. I personally see a jellyfish that mated with a UFO when I look at it, which I think is kind of a cool design for Tentacruel. I'll give it a push. He's fine. He's a solid Pokemon.
UFOs, aliens, probing, what?
I will get.
Tentacles?
Yeah. Also, he literally has cool in the name. How do you not rate him good?
Vince seems to have dipped out, so we'll move on and then come back to his takes. Matt, the Geodude line.
Punchy Rock and his older brothers.
I love that.
I am gonna go overrated just because this is a shit fucking design. We go from a 2-armed floating rock, which I have no idea why a rock is floating when it's supposed to be extremely dense and heavy. Then unless I'm mistaken, Graveler gets 4 arms and loses
Yeah.
2 when he goes to Golem, which
That's right.
doesn't make sense. And Golem looks nothing like it. It looks like a dinosaur trapped inside a fucking
Soccer
rock,
ball.
like just like sticking its head out of a boulder.
Rocker ball.
And it's a trade evolution, which we've already talked about. There are better rock types. There are better ground types. Fuck them.
I'll go next. Rock ground is a really terrible typing.
Mhm.
4x weakness to water and grass, which, it's not hard to find water and grass Pokemon or moves.
That's
Anything
2/3
that
of your
serves-
starter options.
Yeah, anything that surfs just completely ruins this thing. And trade evolution, Graveler is not nearly strong enough to carry you through games. You really do want that final evolution. And then Golem's not even that capable. And again, the 4x weakness just ruins you. Wildly overrated. Vince?
Yes.
I'll get Vince last.
Okay.
And then because I'll have you double back. Rylan.
I will completely agree that Golem looks nothing like the other two. Don't have a ton of experience with these guys, but like would agree that Rock and Ground is a terrible classing. Yeah, I'll say overrated.
All right, Matt. Or sorry,
I
we
went
did
first.
Matt. Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Overrated. For all of the above reasons, but the dinosaur rocker doll thing is irritating. I don't like it.
Vince, we're gonna get you to do 3 in a row.
Okay.
First of all, need you to weigh in on Tentacool and Tentacruel.
I'm gonna be quick here. I'm gonna give it a push. Just because I can't say overrated because there's nothing to overrate, and I can't say underrated because there's no reason to say it's underrated. So it's just there. It's not a horrible design too. Tentacruel is kind of cool, but Tentacool is the cool one.
Jellyfish or octopus?
Jellyfish.
I don't even know where to go. Like, there's literally an octopus Pokemon in Gen 2.
Yeah.
All
That has
silly.
and then later on you get one that actually has a wrestling belt too.
2, 3,
You get a
4,
few Pokemon with
5,
wrestling
6,
belts.
7, 8. Well, technically, it
Lucas
can't
got
be
some
an
good wrestling
octopus because
vibes,
it
too.
has 10 limbs instead of 8.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Also, can I say that Ryland's use of the plural of octopus was awful?
say what?
When he was talking about this originally, he called them octopuses.
They're
Octopus
not
is valid.
It is absolutely
They're not octopi.
It is
No,
valid.
It's octopodes. Thank you very much.
Oh my god.
Octopi
All right.
and octopussies are the only options.
Ow.
Anywho,
Yes.
Vince,
Uh,
Geodude line.
I'm gonna say it's underrated. I like Brock's Geodude. I think Graveler is a really good Pokemon. I liked using him. Yes, the rock ground typing isn't the best, but honestly, it's okay.
It's literally the worst.
No, I don't think it's the worst. I know there's a worse typing out there. I just can't think of it. Maybe it's Ice Steel. That's one of the worst typings. Because it's 4 times weak to fighting and fire.
Yeah, but this is 4 times weak to grass and water.
Same thing, 2 different types that's 4 times weak to. At the very least, they're both bottom of the barrel. But regardless, I like the design. I think Graveler is kind of cool. I liked him. And then Golem, I love the design. It's really, really yeah, honestly, yeah. Like, I don't want to like harp on cool too much, but yeah, I always thought they were cool growing up, and I always liked them. I don't think they're anything too crazy. but I don't think they're terrible. I think they're perfectly fine. If you need a ground type and you didn't get the floor shit that is Diglett, you know, you could do worse than getting the Golem. But yeah, so underrated.
Need friends, get a golem. Vince, we'll start with you again. Ponyta Rapidash.
I'm gonna say a little overrated. It's not the best fire type in the game. It's a solid design, it's perfectly okay, but I like the Galarian versions as like fairies much better. I just think they look more like ponies. And yeah, I don't know. It's just a straight up fire type. It's a fire horse. It's nothing crazy about it. Move pool isn't the best either. So I can't remember. I think I said underrated for Growlithe, and I think Growlithe and Arcanine are better. So no, I said overrated, I think.
You said overrated for Growlithe.
Yeah, exactly. There you
You're
go.
a
That's what I
fucking
meant.
hater.
But if I said overrated for Growlithe and Arcanine, which I think is better than Ponyta and Rapidash, I have to say overrated here.
Matt.
It's a fucking fire pony. I'm giving it a push just because who wants a horse that you can't ride? And if you look at the design, there is nowhere to sit or put a saddle on the back of that pony that's not going to.
Ash rode it in the anime.
Ash wrote it.
Yeah, the anime.
Ash is a Ken doll.
Ash is definitely a eunuch for sure. Like, no way, shape, or form he's not.
All right.
The anime explains what?
The anime explains that the fire doesn't hurt you if the Ponyta likes you.
Oh, that's a gamble.
Like,
Let me climb up there and find out what you really think. As I lose my cock. All right, yeah, no, I'm good. But no, it does have a stop. It does have stop. Stop was a fairly powerful move in Gen 1 on top of the fire. So I'm going to give it a push. I don't think it's... See, Vince keeps saying overrated, but again, I don't think that Ponyta is like praised enough to issue an overrated. Like, I don't see Ponyta fan pages until we got fucking the one that shits Rainbow fucking Sherbert in Galar. So
that was it was like it was Galar. You're right. I forgot about that. I kept thinking that was Alola, but no, that's Galar.
Nope. Galarian Ponyta.
No, it's because you're confusing it with like Ninetales and Vulpix. That was in Alola. Yeah.
That was the ice one. Also good design. Tiffany.
I love me some pastel goth ponies.
This is not it.
The evolution, the Galarian form is.
It is.
I like it. I'll give it a push. I like the Galarian one's better too. It's a fucking unicorn. I don't think this one has a horn, does it?
It does.
Oh,
Rapidash has a slight horn.
Okay. I like unicorns. I'll give it a push.
Rylan.
This is the closest design that Pokemon has to the like early to mid 2000s Calgary Flames logo, which was the team I cheered for when we didn't have the Winnipeg Jets. So for that reason, I think I'm going to give it a push. I think, Kyle, you can attest to that. Those Kippersoft days were
that
good
is
days.
true. There's a lot of dragon logo at some point, which was weird. Anyway, this one's a push. Gameplay, especially in early gens, terrible move pool. Level 40 evolution's pretty brutal because Ponyta's not that strong. And also, until the physical special split, this was a fire type that was great at attack. So it couldn't really use its fire moves well, which was unfortunate. Now, Flare Blitz and stuff, it's useful, but it's a push. I'll start with this one. Slowpoke and Slowbro. I love these Pokemon. It's one of my favorites to run. Just extremely bulky, really difficult to take down. Water Psychic is two really powerful offensive types. Doesn't have a ton of Pokemon that can really threaten it. It's solid. And as much as I do love the Gen 2 exclusive Slowking, Slowpoke and Slowbro are solid on their own. Underrated. Rylan.
I don't know, man. Like these guys always just I found super annoying. I'm gonna say overrated.
Okay. Tiffany.
I love how fucking derpy they are. I still don't understand what the point of him was in the anime in the episode that we watched. He just laid on the rock the whole time.
Yeah, that's probably the point.
I don't know. I'll give him a push.
Matt.
I understand the limitations in Gen 1, but don't give me an anime that says that the way Slowbro evolves is by dipping his tail into the water and having it bit by a cloister, right?
A Shelter.
Shelter.
And then it evolves into this, and then not have Shelter's evolution look like the thing that is on its tail, or not require you to have a Shelter and a Slowbro in your party to evolve, and then you lose the Shelter. Like, something like that. The fact that we never fixed that bugs the fucking piss out of me. However, listen, Pokemon advocating for autism very early on. I support that. Love an autistic Pokemon.
You're hitting it very hard why I love this Pokemon.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Love an autistic Pokemon.
Poor Slowpoke. He just wants to lie there. He just wants to be happy. Push, underrated?
We'll go underrated.
Okay.
Even though it does get like a new evolution and then all of the fucking Galarian forms and Mega Evolution. So.
All right. Vince.
I'm gonna say underrated. Just because it's Water Psychic again, we established it's a really good typing, and Slowbro is also a bit of a tank. He's very bulky, so that's also very useful. It's not a horrible design. I also just I also kind of like feel for it because, like you said, it's like autistic Pokemon, but also they will cut off his tails and sell it in the games.
Yeah, Gen 2, they had that.
Yes.
They cut off Slowpoke tails.
No.
Yeah,
Team Rocket did.
Team Rocket's cutting off Slowpoke tails.
And selling them on the black market.
Yeah.
I know. That's
Are
why.
you joking?
And you have to go into the well and take them down. Yeah, that's a thing.
Rylan, I saw the look on your face. I did raise my hand trying to go before you so that, when I made my autistic comment, you didn't feel bad after the fact.
Underrated here, guys.
Vince, we'll start with you again. Magnemite. Magneton.
This is the second
did
time.
You did this one, right?
Yeah, I'm just sad about the tail.
Oh, you're sad about Slowpoke tails. That's fair. It's pretty brutal.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Vince, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, Gen 1, it didn't have the steel typing. It just had electric, and then it became steel in Gen 2.
Yep.
It's not a terrible Pokemon. I like the idea that it's just an eyeball with magnets, and some screws. This is where we start seeing a bit of a theme in Gen 1 where they're like 3 of them together is just its evolution. You kind of okay, first you see it with Diglett and Dugtrio, now you see it with Magnemite and Magneton. Since I can't include Magnezone from Gen 4, I'm gonna say it's overrated because it's nothing. I was just gonna push it through. I'll just push it through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt.
What do you guys know about magnets?
Not a whole heck of a lot.
Okay.
Positive and negative subtract, and then if you put them together, they push themselves apart.
Correct. Now look at the design of that Pokemon and tell me
Oh,
where
I
the
hate
reds
it.
are and where the
It
blues
makes me
are.
so angry.
Yeah, because they should be pushing each other away. They should not be attracting. Also, again, I feel like you should have to have 3 Magnemites in your party to get this fucking thing when it evolves to come together. But I don't like Magna. I'll push him. He's fine. Not a fan. Magnezone gets even weirder because then it just becomes a flying saucer.
We need to find a happy 4th option where it's the antithesis of push, where it's like it's not overrated, but it's not underrated. I don't want to push you. Let me just dump you somewhere.
Why?
So that's actually really funny because we were out for wings with Kyle's friends, and they actually said the same thing, and I don't remember what they said.
Well, what their argument was that we should not be using push both as the middle option between overrated and underrated, and also as a way of saying we don't have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You should
okay.
be able to
Yeah,
have
no,
a
that's fair.
non-opinion.
Yeah, because that was
no,
my
that's fair.
mindset the first time we sat down to do this, because it's like I don't have too much of an opinion, but if I could just like toss it, so like push, like is it a pull? It's like I'm pulling you away from the conversation.
Vince, no, you're overthinking this. Like, either you don't like the Pokemon for whatever reason, and you think it gets too much love, or it doesn't get enough love, and you think it deserves more, or it's there and it's fine. Like, those are your options. That's it. There's
feel
not
like
like
there should be a fourth.
I don't care about it and I want to throw it in the trash. That's a weird thing you're trying to create.
I mean, obviously they're faulty magnets because they don't pull apart when like they're
They don't
together.
push apart.
Don't push apart. There you go.
Oh, God.
And they can't push them because
Definitely.
they don't push themselves. So
I don't like it. I think he's creepy. It's a I don't know if it's a push or an over. I don't like it. He can go.
I need to know if that's 1 male Magnemite and 2 females, or 2 female Magnemites and 1 or 2.
it doesn't have a gender.
yeah.
It's non-binary.
Yeah, it's considered genderless.
Is
Okay,
that
well, hey,
actually
look,
a thing?
Yes.
non-binary Pokemon. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Progressive. Yeah.
You know what? Underrated. Underrated for doing the work in 1997. All right.
All right. Fair argument. Fair argument. I like that argument.
Ryland.
I mean, I'm here for that argument, but Magneton was the first shiny card I ever got. And for that reason, this line gets an underrated.
Solid. You never forget your first holofoil. I used to really love this Pokemon when I was a kid. I kind of have a very mixed feeling about it now. I think it's a push. I don't dislike Magnemites. Like, the design's solid. And I do like the more like non-animal Pokemon that were sort of there. What? Matt is yelling at me, but
I'm not yelling at you. You said you like the non-animal. I personally don't. Like, I like
That's
them to
fair.
be based on animals.
That's fair.
I will say, Magnemite and Magneton, now that we're talking about it, you talked about having a love for it as a child, does feel like the trains of the Pokemon world.
look.
Your slow bro is showing.
Oh.
Diagnoses as an adult are expensive, y'all. If your children are flapping their arms, you need to like take them to somebody. That's all I'm saying.
So you got to catch it when they're a slow poke and not a slow bro.
Oh, it costs so much money. It's slow, bro. Let me tell you.
And
Push.
Kyle is a slow king.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you. Farfetched. Why do I have Galarian Farfetched? Oh, that's weird. Sorry. So Farfetched, I'll start. This one looks odd because the Galarian one had the whole fighting thing, and then added Surfetched. And Surfetched is an amazing Pokemon. I love that one. Farfetch'd is a solid push. I quite enjoy this one. Just the idea of a Pokemon that it's based on a joke, sort of like a saying of like a fowl that carries its own leak, which is the idea of a bird that's so silly it keeps its garnish for when it's cooked with it, which I dig that. Solid push. Tiffany.
I don't remember this Pokemon.
Interesting.
Like, I know we've talked about it,
Yep.
but whenever, so Kyle and I will do that like Pokemon quiz where name all 151 Pokemons,
Yep.
and like this is not a thing that I remember from my childhood. Like many, like granted, I don't remember most of them. I'm getting better, but consistently I forget this one because it just doesn't belong. He's cute, and whatever. I'm here for a bird with a fucking leak, I guess. I'll give him a push, but I don't know.
Question. Are you giving a push
Yeah.
based off of the image of the Galarian version, or did you look up the regular?
No,
No, she's
I have
got
the
the
regular
original.
one. I have them all on my phone right
Okay.
now, so the regular one. I don't like this one's eyebrows. They're too menacing.
I'll have to see if I can find an actual Farfetch'd.
You can't. It's a Pokemon. It's not real.
A picture of the regular one. Matt.
Fuck this Pokemon. Specifically the Kanto, Farfetch'd. I don't like Pokemon that don't evolve. And for the most part, outside of, not counting legendaries, outside of, I believe, three Pokemon in Gen 1, this is one of three that they didn't give a pre-evolution. That is still just a Pokemon that does not evolve, and I'm not a fan of that. I am more so not a fan of the fact that we then gave it a Galarian form that does evolve, but the Kanto form still doesn't, which is weird to me. It's just like it's weird to me that we got Galarian forms and Alolan forms of Pokemon's evolutions that are different typings, but not their pre-evolutions. And that shit drives me fucking nuts. I need both. Don't be lazy, give me both. And if you're going to give us a Surfetch'd Galarian, give us a Surfetch'd Kanto. So he's kind of a bastard in and of that aspect. He does not evolve from something. He does not evolve into something. He has a cooler cousin with crazy eyebrows who does evolve and gets a way cooler evolution. And people like him for some reason, so overrated.
It's fair.
Because he's tasty? I don't know.
Pokemon, for understandable reasons, will not decide if people in the Pokemon world eat Pokemon. But Farfetch'd is the most edible, I think, of a bird Pokemon at very least.
Sorry,
He
can you
comes
stop
with
for a second?
garnish, for fuck's sakes. Like,
Pokemon
Right.
doesn't really know whether or not people eat Pokemon.
Incorrect. Because who was it? Professor Oak that was collecting Krabbies to eat?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The anime does sometimes. The games are like fully not on board with it. Which
They literally cut up Slowpoke Tail and sold it in the black market to eat.
they did.
and he was
But then-
probably fucking delicious.
Shut your face. You leave that baby alone.
Vince, do you want to talk about
They
Farfetch'd?
Literally have food Pokemon. Also, Kyle, real quick, before Vince goes, because you were in there talking about the most edible Pokemon. Ho-Oh is the most edible Pokemon. It is literally a turkey that breathes fire. It can cook itself.
That's fair. It's very fair.
Hmm.
Vince, Farfetch'd?
I'm gonna push because apparently there's no tossing or pulling or anything else in between. I don't think it's overrated. I don't think it's underrated. I have more opinions on the Galarian version where I think it's overrated. The line itself is, I think it's overrated. I don't think it's that good. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give it a push. You know, it's just Farfetch'd. She's just there, like Matt says. It's just a Pokemon that doesn't have a pre-evolution or an evolution in general, and I think that's kind of weird. I can't think of anybody else who Matt was mentioning in terms of like 3. But yeah, no, just push, I guess.
It's actually 2. I'm sorry because I forgot about Smoochum. So it's just Lapras and Farfetch'd.
Oh yeah, but Lapras is so cool. I give it a pass. I would love to see a pre or evolution for Lapras, but Lapras is just so cool. It could just be a legendary.
Rylan, you're welcome to go. Though I will say the one that I've put on screen is not the original one. You may want to look up the original one.
I'll put it in.
Oh,
I already have.
He's got-
Okay,
cool.
I already. Look, I'm all for a bird that comes with its own garnish, but leeks are just fancy green onions that rich people eat, and you know what? Overrated for that reason alone.
Is it because they take too much work to clean and prep?
No. It's just it's what they are. It's what I taste when I eat the food.
Well, they are a lot of work. So.
So we're gonna move on. 4 left to go. Everyone feeling okay? We're gonna try
I'm
to power
fine.
through these last few. Apologies for how long this takes. I'll go
It's
first.
our,
with this
it's
one.
our own fault. It's our own fault.
Yeah. Doduo and Dodrio are my favorite flying Pokemon from Gen 1. Despite the fact that they
Don't
don't
fly.
fly. But they can learn fly because Gen 1 is ridiculous. Just really strong, interesting looking Pokemon. Love the whole fast running bird aesthetic. I dig it. Underrated for me. Rylan.
Underrated. They look like they should do more pecking than flying, but underrated.
Tiffany,
I'm gonna ask a really stupid question.
go
here.
for it.
Why is there no pre-evolution to Doduo?
You want a Douno?
Well, kind of. But then my thought when I asked that question, my brain was, would that just be a dodo?
Probably.
So I don't know. I like him, I guess. I have issue with him being a flying type given the absence of fucking wings. But I guess if a rock with 2 arms can fly, a bird with no wings can fly. So I'll give him a push.
Matt.
Shout out to Pokemon for addressing multiple personality disorder within a Pokemon. Because all the heads clearly have different personalities in the anime. And we love that. I agree, it's dumb to have a bird that is a flying type that doesn't fly. And unfortunately, later on, Galarian Zapdos kind of trumps Dodrio for what he is, which is basically the same type of bird, but it's legendary and fighting, which I think would have been a cooler typing for this Pokemon. So, push.
I just looked up a Galarian Zapdos because I didn't know that was a thing, and this thing looks fucking cool.
It is.
Right?
That's the thing. I didn't collect any of the Galarian legendary birds because getting through the main story of Sword and Shield was all I could do before I had to put that down. I hate those games.
So I pushed for that specifically because Galarian Articuno was Undertaker, Galarian Moltres was Kane, and Galarian Zapdos is Mankind.
That's fantastic. I dig
Okay.
that a lot.
This is amazing.
So overrated, Matt?
Push.
Okay. Vince.
I'm gonna say underrated. It's not the worst of the trio designs where they just like do more. I like a 2-headed ostrich and a 3-headed ostrich that's like very aggressive. Yeah, I'm all for that. That's kind of cool. They're like, I like the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which is just like a white dragon, but like, and it has like 3 heads. So I think that idea is good. Like if it was just 3 single-headed birds as one Pokemon, I think I'd say it's the worst option. I do like Matt's thinking that it should be like a fighting flying. I think that'd be a very cool, especially with how angry Dodrio looks like. But listen, how can I say he's not underrated? Where despite the fact he has no wings, he still could fly. So I think that's underrated skill in of itself. I couldn't walk if I didn't have feet, but he's flying without wings. So
Follow-up question for Matt. If Dodrio has dissociative identity disorder, does that mean that Doduo has bipolar disorder?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
That tracks.
that tracks.
Vince. Seal and Dugong.
I'm gonna push. This is like the most generic, boring Pokemon designs that they could have done. Like it literally just looks like a seal. Like there's nothing special about it. It's just there. It kind of looks like a French bulldog when it's seal, and I don't like French bulldogs. Dugong is fine, but again, it's nothing special. It just looks like honestly, if I saw a Dugong in the zoo, I wouldn't think it's a Pokemon because it looks so normal. So, yeah, I'm gonna say overrated. I know
Alright.
there's people that like it. Overrated.
Matt.
I disagree. I think it was a really good ice type with Aurora Beam and everything later on in the game until you got Lapras. Also, Dugong looks like it was kissed by a rose on the gray. So
That's so funny.
I'm going to give it an underrated.
Oh, wow. Tiff.
I'm also going to give it an underrated because I think there's a beauty in it, simplicity. Like, it doesn't need the bells and whistles to be cool. And it's just very pretty. And look at his little eyes. And he's
Not
sticking-
everything can be fucking Blastoise. You can't stick cannons on every Pokemon.
And I'm sorry, but he's sticking his little tongue out at you. Like, have you ever seen a seal, like videos of seals where they stick their tongue out at you?
No.
Why? You don't watch enough seal videos. I'll send you more. It's cute. I'm going, yeah.
Rylan.
Underrated. Like it looks like a nice little otter. You know? No. You couldn't be on more on the nose than just calling the Pokemon seal. Like
He's trolling you, Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
Tiffany
Has
has
anyone ever seen
strong
the movie
otter
Andre?
feelings.
Yes. Although he
You've
was
seen
a sea
Andre?
lion. He was a sea lion.
Are you sure? I thought he was
Yes. 100% sea lion.
What's the difference?
That's a
Dugong
question
looks
for Zach.
like I don't remember seeing Dugong before. I remember Seal. Do I remember it as a Pokemon? No. But I'm glad to know that it is a Pokemon and not just some other thing that I saw in my childhood. Yeah, no, I would say like push, I guess.
Did you
I-
watch the first Pokemon movie, Rylan?
Yeah, but dude,
With
it's been
Mewtwo?
like
Like the
probably
sad
25
Dugong that gets rocked by the clone Pokemon and he's just crying. He's like, Dugong, gone. It's like he got his shit rocked. That's what I remember Dugong getting fucked in the first movie.
IMDb says it was a seal.
Yes,
No.
but he was played by a California sea lion.
Wow.
So it was a sea lion that identified as a seal.
Yes.
But it's based on a true story and the book A Seal Called Andre.
Yes,
All right.
but it was played by a sea lion.
And in 1994, I didn't know what the fuck a sea lion was. So
you
it
know,
was a
you know
seal.
what?
Well, obviously, you didn't read enough books about marine biology.
Jesus.
You know what?
A boot, marine biology.
Oh,
Stand correct.
I think that's perfectly fine. We've had Filipinos play Mexicans in movies before. Why can't why can't a sea lion play a seal? They're Latino adjacent, just like
Okay.
Filipinos.
Okay.
Mm.
It's okay. I allow it.
Filipinos playing Hispanic people is definitely a prominent thing in the theater world here.
I have a request to go first for the next Pokemon.
For sure. I'm worried.
Oh, I know where you're going with this immediately. Can I go first for the last one?
Yeah,
Excellent.
sure. Jesus. Overrated. This thing's kind of whatever. It's not the worst water Pokemon, and I won't mention who the worst water Pokemon is of Gen 1 because that would be unfair to Seaking. But yeah, overrated. Matt, Grimer and Muck. By all
So
means.
on the last edition of our review, we established something, and what we established was with Ekans that Ekans is snake spelled backwards, and
Yes.
Arbok is cobra spelled backwards, and we spell it with a K like I like to spell corn. Meaning that Muck, following those rules,
Yes.
is cum spelled backwards.
That's
A
correct.
giant purple living pile of cum.
Load.
And for that, underrated.
So is this more Grimace cum or Barney cum?
Oh,
I'd say
Jesus
Grimace because
Christ.
Grimer.
Ah, that's the answer.
There you
That's the
go.
answer.
Matt, Vince, do you want to go next?
I mean, off of the lore that Matt just dropped, I kind of want to push it. So that's gonna be my answer based off of Matt's lore. I'm gonna push.
That's right.
it.
You push that cum.
Tiffany.
You don't want to snowball it?
I will. I'm also gonna say underrated for
The lore.
yeah. But also I just like the episode about them. Also, I really like. Is it which Grimer is the green one? Is that
Galarian.
Yes.
No, that's
No,
a
Alolan Grimer.
Alolan.
yeah?
Alolan Grimer is green.
And
Alolan
Alolan Muck
Muck
is
is
like
rainbow.
No, it's do not call that rainbow. He is multicolored. He is not fucking
Oh
rainbow.
my god.
Don't.
I will.
But I'm underrated.
Okay. So here's the problem. I was gonna come out here and underrate Muck for like gameplay reasons. I've run this Pokemon before. Defensively strong, good typing. And I'm still going to, but I feel
You
like I'm
should.
being bullied into it.
No, you're not.
No, you made up
And-
that decision prior to our conversation. It just so happens to align with the conversation.
And to end off
Hold on,
this
did Rivals
episode,
go or did I
oh,
miss it?
Yeah, Rylan.
No, Rylan hasn't talked about cum yet.
No, Rylan, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say underrated. Underrated just because I never put together cum muck. You know, like I've never I've never mucked any cum.
No muck shots.
No muck
Brings-
shots.
Oh my god.
Brings a whole new meaning to mukbang.
Oh no. All right.
Why is Callie not here?
That's what we need.
Tiffany.
We need to have a couples over under Pokemon.
While
edition.
our minds are in the gutter and you wanted to go first,
100%.
please talk to me about Shelter and Cloister.
I think you mean lesbian goth pussy.
I don't.
You
I
do-
mean Cloister.
no, you do though, because let's talk about the clam,
Yes.
and its tongue sticking out, and let's talk about the goth pussy with the pierced hood.
See, that's Rhea Ripley if I've ever seen it.
Oh my god.
Underrated.
Underrated. There you go.
Do me next. Do me next. Underrated. for
Sure,
those
right.
reasons. Yeah, all those reasons.
Matt.
I could go on about euphemisms for clams or what technically the face inside the cloister would be, and how it's nice that it's easy to find on there, whereas some people have a hard time finding it.
Most men, yes.
Well, most men aren't good at looking for anything, so
You just have to teach them to use their video game eyes.
Left, right, R right bumper, joystick.
No,
I could also talk
y'all
about how
don't have
inappropriate putting Shelter and Cloister together are based on the tongue. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go underrated.
Vince.
I'm disappointed you didn't do that.
I think he did it.
I'm gonna
No,
go
I didn't.
ahead and push Shelter and his tongue all the way to Cloister and its tongue, and say that I like it. This reminds me of Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. They're both purple, just like the Judgment Day. Let's push this to the moon.
And Dominic Mysterio's tongue is constantly hanging out of his head.
Yeah. That's why he covers it with a mustache now.
It's a clean sweep. Underrated. Not for those reasons. Not for those reasons. But I do actually like the Pokemon. Extremely strong defensively. Good typing. Solid move pool.
By good typing, do you mean water?
Water is just a great type. And it gets an ability later on that gives it guaranteed maximum of those like 2 to 5 hit moves. And so adding Icicle Crash to this just makes it extremely difficult to deal with. So yeah, underrated. And that's it for this episode. God. Matt, you
Yes.
brought such levity and joy to this episode and definitely kept us on our toes. Do you want to talk to people about where they can find you elsewhere? Maybe
If
talking
you wanna-
about more cloister related things.
Well, not necessarily, unless I'm doing something with Vince. Which, by the way, Vince, we should do like a 606 episode. Pokemon equal wrestlers. That would be a fun thing. Like Rhea Ripley right there on the screen.
Honestly,
But,
listen, man, we need different type of episodes except basketball. I'm down for it.
And I'm down as well. You guys can find me doing kind of the same thing I did here, but instead of Pokemon with horror movies, over at Getting Off. Getting Off is a horror podcast. We do a bunch of fun things, panels, trivia, all sorts of things, and all of the levity and humor that I brought to this episode, I do over there while I run the show with my co-host Katie and occasional guest hosts like Will, Reek, and Juss. So yeah, come check us out there. You can follow me everywhere at Getting Off. And I think I had a very good shot at meeting Callie until this episode. And I don't think Ryland's going to let me meet Callie now.
Nah. Yeah.
Vince, you're part of the family, but you want to talk to people about what's coming up with you and where they can find you?
Yeah, I'm not sure when this episode's dropping, but at 606 Universe on social media, on YouTube, on the audio platforms, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, it's its own separate RSS feed from the rest of the Wallet Media stuff. And every Saturday, you can find more content of it, whether we're talking basketball, comics in the Marvel universe, or Power Rangers, as you guys will see from retro episodes that have dropped already. We got some nerdy shit over there and some sports talk. So come hang out with me and Bosch or whoever else comes and swings by the 606.
Rylan, is there anything else you want to talk to the people about before we send them home?
Well, next week we have a very special episode where we're inviting the two of your brothers to come on to Wall of Records to do kind of what we do with the guys, Matt, Katie, and Vince, and listen to music. And it's going to be like I don't know. We haven't decided what the theme of this mixtape episode is, but we will, and we will let them know. And then we will, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think Connor's the most nervous, so that's gonna be the most fun. I don't really know music. I'm like, you're a playwright. Like, I think you understand music a little bit.
I just like that Rylan basically referred to Katie as one of the guys. So I love that Katie's one of the guys.
Oh, God. Poor Katie.
I forgot. Unless this drops within the next 2 weeks, by the time you guys watch this episode, there is a kind of reverse Wallop Records where the Wallop Records guys come to Getting Off to review an album with me and Katie. And Tiffany, I told Kyle you're invited, so possibly a Wallop Record girl as well.
I didn't tell you.
But you are invited.
For the invite.
You are welcome to come along. I haven't listened to the record yet. I'm going to. I am worried, but it should be a fun time.
What is it?
I think you're gonna enjoy it more than you think you will. I specifically picked this album for the variety and the fact that it has the acoustic versions of some of the songs that you may enjoy more than the regular versions. So,
oh, I love Ice Nine Kills.
I know you do. That's why I said you love too.
When I told Melissa that we were covering Ice Nine Kills, I forgot the name of the band and said 9 Inch Nails.
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
No, I'm not saying they are. I don't know why. I just saw 9.
But,
that's what I thought.
So go check that out if you haven't.
With all that being said, thank you all so much for tuning all the way to the end of this episode. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and you have been walloped halfway through these things. We will catch them all.
Oh, man.